welcome back to my channel, or if you are new, welcome. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 8 awkward moments I have experienced because of having cerebral palsy. Having CP definitely comes along with a lot of awkward moments, and over my 22 years, I have definitely experienced a lot of awkward moments, and I thought today I would share some of them with you. So let's begin. First is handshakes. I don't think I've ever done a handshake that wasn't awkward. We all know when we do handshakes, we use our right hand. That's just what we do. And for me, that can be hard since my right hand is the weakest. So I prefer using my left hand. But when I use my left hand, the person is either often confused or it's just awkward all around because they're using their right hand. And I just, for me, it's just so awkward. There has been times where they realize I'm using my left hand and they'll switch to the left hand. But it's so awkward because there's always that in between where they realize I'm using my left hand and they switch. So it's always awkward, and sometimes I do try to use my right hand, but it's so awkward because my right hand is weak, so I can't really shake well. I can't shake that well with my right hand. So either way, it's so awkward, and I know it's something I'm gonna have to experience throughout my life, and at this point I kind of got used to it, but it's sort of something that I'm just every time I have to do it, I'm just it is gonna be awkward. So next is when I'm out somewhere, like a party or something, and I have a plate of food and I want to eat it, but there's nowhere for me to sit down and eat it, like at a table or something, and I have to have someone else hold it while I eat my food off my plate. That can be so awkward. Or also when there is a place for me to eat it, but it's way off to the side where no one is, so I have to go there by myself, eat my food, and I can't be where everyone else is. That's sometimes happening as well, and I'm just by myself, or I'm just having someone hold it while I eat. That can be so awkward because I'm just oh my god, I can't hold my food like everyone else can. So a lot of times that happens, and it can be awkward. It definitely can be awkward. Okay, next is falling down and tripping in public. That can be so awkward, and definitely when you have CP, that is just something that is normal, and especially in the winter for me, that happens a lot, and it can be definitely awkward, and every time it does, I'm just looking around being did anyone see it? Did anyone see me fall? Oh my god. But at this point in my life, I have gotten used to it, but it doesn't mean every time it happens, it's not super awkward, especially when I know people are around. I remember in middle school, this happened when I got off the bus, and I was walking up my driveway, and it didn't take long when I literally face planted down on the driveway and looked back and saw that the bus was still there, and I was oh my god, everyone probably just saw me fall, and I don't know, I guess I'm just used to it. So that is definitely something that is very awkward, but another thing that I'm just used to at this point, and yeah. Next is when I'm talking to someone and I'm trying to tell them something and they don't understand, so I say it again and they don't understand, and then I say it a third time and they still have no clue what I'm saying. And that can be so awkward because at that point, I'm just should I try saying it in a different way? Or should I be never mind? This can be so awkward. So a lot of times, I try to say it in a different way and be oh my god, I hope they will understand. I hope they will understand. I hope they will understand. And when they don't, I'm just never mind. But it's so awkward because I'm just trying my best to pronounce every word clearly, but clearly it's not working. But that happens to me kind of often, and it's something that is just awkward, especially when someone is just making me and they don't necessarily understand my voice. It can be something I deal with in that sense, and I'm just man, pronounce your words, you can do it, pronounce your words, you can do it, and they still don't understand, so now I'm just maybe I have to give them clues to what I'm saying. Hopefully they'll get it by the clues I'm saying. And it is something that I experience, and I'm just like, I try my best, but it's so often so awkward when it does happen. Okay, when someone hands me two things at once and expects me to be able to grab them in like 1 second with both of my hands, that can be so awkward because obviously like I can't do that. So I'm just like there like trying to figure out like how I'm gonna grab all these things with one hand, and it can just be so awkward because they don't know that like I only can use my left hand, and I'm just like there like this is so awkward. But yeah, this has definitely happened to me like a bunch of times, and I guess like it's just awkward sometimes. Next kind of goes along with the last one, and that is when I'm holding a bunch of stuff in my left hand. I'm literally only concentrating on the fact that I don't want to drop any of these things. And sometimes I'm lucky and I don't end up dropping anything, but the times when I do, it can be so awkward, and I'm just like, they are like, oh my god, like anyone just see me drop all this stuff, and it just can be so awkward because so often I'm trying to hold so much with my left hand, and I do use my right hand as an assist, but it just like, it's bound to happen because I do my best to hold so much with my left hand. But yeah, it can be very awkward when people see me drop like a ton of stuff. It can be awkward. Okay, when I accidentally knock things over with my right hand, it doesn't happen too often, but when it does, it can be awkward. I don't have that much use of my right hand. I do use it as much as possible, but sometimes when I'm just like walking around, my hand will like move, and I won't realize like I'm close to like knocking something over. A call like it happens, and I'm like, oh my god, I just knocked this over with my right hand, and I just like, oh my god, like I did not mean to do it. It just sometimes that happens, and it can be awkward because obviously I didn't mean to do it. Because sometimes my right hand will move, and I don't even realize it. A call, the thing has dropped, and I'm just like, oh my god. So sometimes like I have to be careful and be like, okay, like don't knock this over, but sometimes it does, and it can be very awkward at times when it does happen. Lastly is trying to open like a marker, wire bar, something like that can be awkward as well, especially if I'm doing it in front of someone, because sometimes it can take me a long time, and it can just be so awkward because they're like, you want help, but I'm just like, I got this, like it might take me like 5 minutes, but I know I can do it. So that can be kind of awkward when it takes me a long time to like open a marker or open a wire bar. I actually have a dry erase marker right here, and I'm actually going to tell you how long it takes me to open this. Obviously, it might take me like 1 second. It honestly just depends. But another thing that can be awkward, especially about these markers, is when I do open them, sometimes since I don't have that much control over my right hand, sometimes like the marker will go onto my sock, and that can be so awkward as well because I'm just like, oh my god, like it's literally all over my sock and all over my hands, and I guess that's something I guess I have to deal with, but that can be awkward as well. So let me try opening this. This might actually go well, like who knows. But yeah. Okay. Oh my god. This one was actually pretty easy. Yeah, sometimes it is easy, it only takes me like 2 seconds, but sometimes it takes me a lot longer. So it really just depends. But especially if people are there, it kind of makes it more like stressful for me because I'm just like, oh my god, like I have to open this, or if I don't, if it takes me like 5 minutes, it's gonna be so awkward. And sometimes I just have like, I ask for help because I'm just like, I don't want this to take like 5 minutes. And I also don't want the marker to be all over my sock and like all over my hands, like let's be honest. So those were 8 awkward moments I have experienced because of having cerebral palsy. I hope you enjoy watching this video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up. It really helps me a lot. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. I post every Monday and Friday. I hope to see you in my next video. Have an amazing day. And yeah, bye.